Follows a party political broadcast. This is also being shown on Radio 4.
Good morning. Now, I know a lot of you will be thinking that I'm just another one of those boring old silly old fool who's come on your television set and will just go on and on and on and... sorry, where was I? Oh, yeah. But no! You see, I won't do that because you don't want me to do that. And that's what the Tiswas party's all about. Involvement. Making your voice heard. Now, you are the people on whom Britain depends, and for too long have the big wigs at Westminster ignored you. Now, we offer the voice of Great Britain a chance once again to be heard. And if you think that I am talking...
Rubbish!
You must say that I am talking...
Rubbish!
It's your chance once again to have a say in the running of Britain. And if you get fed up with people like me coming on your television screen, you must make your feelings felt. For too long have the people of this great nation had to swim against the tide. Get to know your MP again, as if he were in your own living room. And if you don't like us, let us have a flood of protest. And let the old guard at Westminster eat humble pie. So, remember, on polling day, vote Tiswas. The party that with a refreshing new look.
Let's get the morning off to a great start with our show within a show. Yes, it's time for Phantom Flanflinger Challenge.
Hello and welcome to our show that's got it all. The show where it's our pleasure and my privilege to try and make you happy. This is the Happy, Happy Show. If you're happy, then I'm so very happy. If I'm happy, then we're all going to be happy. Let's have a great big happy, happy hand for the wonderful fellas in the band. Come on. Okay, let's get on with the fun. We don't dawdle, we don't linger. We want to outwit the Phantom Flanflinger. So let's meet the first of our wonderful, wonderful contestants. Here they are. What's your name, my darling? Fine, okay, well, thanks very much indeed. What about you, my love? Tracy, and how old are you? You're 6. Okay, well, we're going to have a lot of fun. This week's special prizes include a luxury villa on the golden shores of the Mersey Ship Canal and a dream holiday for 2, a fortnight in a motorway cafe. So those are the prizes to be won. We so very much want you to win them. Take your time. Let's start with you, my darling, first. Now, a lot of time, going to be a lot of fun, a lot of prizes to be won. The cartoon character, Donald Duck. Now, I must take your first answer. The cartoon character, Donald Duck, is he an elephant? Is he a cheese and pickles sandwich? Or is he a duck? He's absolutely right, he is a duck. Okay, they haven't actually answered anything yet. Okay, we'll start with some nice easy ones for you, darling. Some nice easy ones to get everybody relaxed. So take your time, we're going to have a lot of fun. We really want you to win. There are 6 inert gases which have a unique electronic structure. Can you name them? We must have all 6. No, I'm sorry, the answer's helium, krypton, argon, neon, xenon and radon. Never mind. Very close. Okay, never mind. Plenty of time to catch up. The second one. Now, the wonderful creature of blackbird. Now, we all know and love them. We love their song. But what creature category do the blackbirds fit into? Make it a little easier. The blackbird. Is it an insect? Is it a dinosaur? Can you be quiet, please? I'm trying to help this contestant. Is it a third division footballer or is it a bird? Is absolutely right! Well, there you are. OK, not to worry. Plenty of time to catch up, my darlings. Plenty of time. We really want you to win. Are you any good at geography? Not too bad. OK, well, this is mental arithmetic. If you multiply 267 by 438 and divide by 63, what answer do you get? I must take your first answer, obviously.
You're asking me again.
Well, I can throw it open to all of you. What answer do you get?
Pass.
No, it's 18,562,857. Not bad, though. Not bad. A good try. Right. Third one, my darling. Third one. Can you add 14, 18, 91, 527, 2,397, 15,827 and 1,248,963.459 recurring? Can you add those?
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
No, you can't. He's absolutely right. She can't add them because it's too difficult. Well, there you are. Never mind. One more to go. One more to go. Take your time. OK, the final question. Final question. You've got a lot of time to catch up. Don't worry. A lot of prizes. We want you to win these prizes. It's in 3 parts. What's the capital of Scotland? I must take your first answer. What's the capital of Scotland? He's absolutely right. Well done. He's absolutely right. Not yet. OK, that's one. Hang on just a second. The second one. What is the highest mountain in the world? Take your time. 3 parts on this.
Everest.
Everest is right. So that's 2 out of 3. Well done. That's 2 out of 3. And pay attention.
Sorry.
And the third part. What are the 3 orders of Greek architecture? So you've got to get all 3. Corinthian, Ionian and Doric is the answer. Well, there it is once again. I'm afraid just as things were getting into a really well-balanced needle contest, once again, the old man with the scythe has come and knocking on our door. We must say farewell, so long, tooroo, pip-pip, goodbye, but hopefully au revoir and I'll Zen. Join us again next time, won't you? We'll be here if you'll be there. And as long as you're over there, I'll be here. Unless, of course, he comes over here, in which case I'm going over there. Then again, we might both go over there, in which case you might as well come over here. But then again, there'll be nobody watching us over here. Or then again, we could all go over there, but then there'll be nobody over here for you to watch. Goodbye. We love you. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
We interrupt me singing along with this rather silly jingle to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. A man was found in Scunthorpe today, hanging upside down in a tree by his braces, with his fingers in his ears, going like that. When asked what he was doing, he said he was trying to catch a squirrel and he was pretending to be nuts. And we've just heard the police have built a new roundabout on the M1. It's 15 pence a ride for grown-ups and 5 pence for the children.
Well, there you are, the latest situation there from the news desk here at about 10:35 on a Saturday morning. Good morning from...
Yes, hello. Just, Mr. We've got some really good things lined up this morning, actually. We've got Monks coming in to perform their hit single live. That's nice legs showing around the face, that one.
I'll worry about
Taking
myself some
a special
mornings.
look at Queen. We've got Racy here. They'll be in a bit later having a chat with us. What else we've got, Chris?
That's right, we've
Lots
got
of
the usual
cartoons.
cartoons. We've got Bugs Bunny, we've got Woody Woodpecker, Porky Pig, we've got Mork and Mindy again, we've got the clip from Watership Down coming in a minute with the new single from Art Garfunkel.
Oh, we're going to be giving away some really rather super bikes, so make sure you've got pencils and paper at the ready, won't you, for
right.
our competition.
As you probably already spotted, we've also got the...
Sorry we're not quite ready, by the way.
Not totally, yeah, it was a bit of a rush this one.
Yeah.
Not totally welcome return of Mr Sylvester McCoy, probably the world's least funny man, and also Ian Sludgley. Of course, we've always, as you probably noticed, we've also got the usual sort of great big Nellies coming in, getting covered in custard pie. The lot in the cage this morning, I must say, are very quiet. They seem to be watching something. I don't quite know.
Nice. Well, they're watching us, obviously, Chris.
They're watching the telly, I think they're hanging... Wait a minute, that's not his, was there?
Oh, my last lesson.
Something else, too.
Oh. Gosh.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Benny.
Baby.
Oh,
Think of it. Well, where do we find these people? Absolutely disgusting. I think we better move straight on with the results of last week's underage competition. You do that. You get rid of that. I mean, really? Where do they think they are? Behaving like
To
that.
invite them in the studio.
Well, anyway, as I said, we'll move on with the under-8s results. So last week we played you the number 1 sound. It's still number 1 this week, got the Bright Eyes. And we showed you a clip from the film Watership Down, and we asked you 3 questions. They were, how many rabbits do you first see? What dead flower do you see? And what steel object does the rabbit look up at? OK, we'll be telling you the answers to those right after the clip from Watership Down.
Is it a kind of dream?
There's a fog along the horizon, a strange glow in the sky, but nobody seems to know where you go, and what does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? Bright eyes burning like fire, bright eyes, how can you close and fail? How can the light that burns so brightly suddenly burn so pale? Bright eyes.
I don't know how you get these things out. How do you do it?
Shall I do it for you? Right.
That's much better.
Yes.
Smooth as a
nice
baby's
and smooth, eh?
bottom.
Lovely, lovely. Great.
Right, that's
Right.
right. That was last week's Underrated competition. We asked you from that nice clip from Watership Down with the music there from Art Garfunkel. We asked you how many rabbits did you first see? Well, that of course was 3. The first time you saw the rabbits, there were 3 of them. We asked you what dead flower did you see? Well, that of course was a dandelion. And what steel? What are you doing?
You just carry on.
Okay. It's all right, it's over there. What steel object does the rabbit look up at, we asked you? What steel object does the rabbit look up at? Get a job on Panorama. Electric pylon. Electric pylon was the answer to that. Right, 3 rows of that, which is what Sally was searching for, are in the tub, waiting for the call. Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
What
What do you think I was doing? Going for a walkabout. Right, first one is Lynn Archibald. She's 6 years old. She's from Fort William in
Oh, nice.
Inverness Shire.
Some of my favourite parts
well
of
done
the
to
world,
you, darling. Timothy Butler is the second runner-up from Nottingham. And the third one is Craig Jenkins, who's 7 years old and he's from Glasgow. We've got such a lot of people from Scotland are winning competitions. Obviously
right.
very clever up there.
That's right. I've just come back from... Be quiet, Sylvester. He's Welsh, actually. I don't know
Oh,
why you're doing
dear.
that. But the actual winners here in the studio, the first one looks like this. All right. What happened? Sorry. What's your name?
Philip.
Philip who?
Emily.
Whereabouts are you from?
Manchester.
Hey, what was that bit when I grabbed hold of your ears and you went all... Something like that?
No.
You know that when we pick winners on Tiswas Underrates, we always pull them up by the ears. This is sort of Tiswas tradition for about 6 years now. You're the first one who's ever complained. You've got very, very pink cheeks. Have you been out in the sun?
No.
You haven't been out in the sun, well, fine.
That's what happens when people touch
Are you
his
on
ears.
holiday at the moment?
Yes.
Are you? What have you been doing?
Playing out.
Play out. What do you play? What sort of things do you get up to?
Catching robbers.
Catching robbers, eh? Oh, there's
Wow.
a lot of them around Manchester. Anyone you'd like to say hello to while you're here, before you go back to school, and that one up there?
My mum and dad, Gregory, Patrick, Daddy, Grandma, Auntie Bessie,
Auntie Bessie?
Patrick, Stephen.
What about the name of your school? Do you want to say hello to all them? Because they'll probably be
Yes.
watching, won't they, this one? What are they called? What's the school called?
Philip, St Charles.
St Charles. Okay, morning to everybody at St Charles. You all right? You glad you came?
Yes.
Fine. just thought I'd ask. Right. So you
Yes,
get on with
actually, I
yours.
must just say, a lot of people write in every week and say, can I please come on the show and be pulled up by my ears? But you actually do have to win the competition for this
didn't want to be pulled up by your
wonderful
ears at all,
thrill.
did you?
Right, I've got a bit of a tricky problem here. First of all, up by the ears comes one person. Hang on, wait for it, cameras. Up by the ears
They're
comes
still waiting for
another
that,
one.
Well, that's all right. Cameras missed both of them, so I shouldn't worry about it.
Now, first of all, now you're the winner, aren't you?
I don't know why we bother
Now,
with them.
who are you?
Lucy Simpson.
And is this who are you?
Kim.
You're Kim Simpson. So why have you brought your sister along? Did she help you with the answers? Or has she come to carry away all your prizes?
She's going to help me carry the prizes.
Oh, you think you're going to get a lot then, do you? Good. Lucy,
She can't have
have you
watched
had a
this
nice
show.
Easter?
Yes.
Did you have lots of Easter eggs? You
Yes.
did. Do you go to school yet? How old are you?
5.5.
Oh, so you do. When do you go back to school?
I don't know.
You don't know. When does she go back to school?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know either.
That would help you.
Anyone you want to say hello to?
Yes. Granny and Granddad, Paul and Faye, and all my friends at school.
Right. Okay.
How do you get on with your sister? Do you fight, you two?
No.
You don't fight at all?
Is that true?
I bet you do. Sisters always fight.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
And
they
who
do.
wins?
Sometimes I win, sometimes she wins.
I bet you win because you're bigger.
Miles bigger. Right.
Not
the third
always,
one.
right.
Hang on, wait for it, something. Give cameras time to adjust themselves. Looks like this. There it is. You're right.
by the way.
You're tiny. What's your name? Ooh, what's your name? What's up? What's been happening? Are you shy?
Well, she's only 4 years old, actually, and it's Susan. You all right, Susan?
I must show you this, actually. This is Susan from way up in from Dundee, up in Scotland. I don't know if you can see that on probably on camera one. Really. This is young Susan, all set for her TV debut. It says this weekend will be one which young Susan Brogan of Oban, Dundee, won't forget in a hurry. It says.
Chris, your stall is on her dress, and that's what's upsetting
Oh,
her.
fine. Is that right?
We've got a long list here, haven't we?
Go on then.
Don't worry.
See what happens.
Shall I read this for you?
Yeah, go on.
Right, it says, say hello to Mummy, Grandad and Uncle Ronnie of Cambridge, Gran and Grandad from Dundee, Gran, Mackie and Uncle John, Auntie Hilda, Anne, Uncle Don, Donald and Paul, Catherine, Uncle Tom, Laura and Kathleen, Nancy, Uncle John, Pammy, Johnny and Valerie, Uncle Tom, Janice, all relatives and friends. My goodness, what a lot of people you know, Susan. Goodness.
You're all right now. I'm
happy now?
Sorry about your dress. Sorry about that.
It's all right, he hasn't touched it, hasn't hurt it, has he?
Should we give you some prizes
Let's give you
anyway?
some prizes, I
You've
can
come,
cheer
you've
you
come
up.
a long, long way down from Scotland for these prizes.
And you've had your picture in the paper, an exciting day for you.
Nice
Look
soft
at
teddy.
that, lovely teddy you've got there. You've all got the same things, actually, so we'll give you your sacks in
Oh,
just
an
a
Art
minute.
Garfunkel LP, that's right.
Yes, in fact, that features Bright Eyes, which, of course, we just showed. That's the new Art Garfunkel album
There's a
called
cauliflower
Fate
to
for
take home to
Breakfast.
Scotland. I like that, in the Highlands. I like
Yes,
that.
you can have that for your Sunday lunch tomorrow.
A Jungle Book mug.
Oh, that's nice.
What else we got? Oh, a nice little pair of pants as well, which always go down well with the...
Just to finish off your pretty dress, you've got lovely colour hair, Susan. All just copper
Oh, an
colour.
Easter egg. We did actually order these last week. We got an Easter egg. Thank you very much, as usual. Everything right on time. Oh, that's right, and it's his birthday on Monday. It's actually William Shakespeare's birthday on Monday, so we thought we'd give you the complete works. Just sort of thing the average under four needs.
That's
really.
exactly what you
This
wanted,
is the stuff
wasn't
they
it,
want, eh? Howl, howl, howl! Oh, you men of stones! Is this a dagger I see before me? This is the stuff they want, eh? Great stuff. Magic, eh? Anyway, it's 382 on Monday, so have a nice time, Bill. Right, nice to have the three of you on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you had... Are you sure you're all right now? Yes. Right, fine. It's all right, you got your prizes down here. Right, nice to have you on the show. Hang on, I'm going to get you off. Got a wrong pen. Right, get off. Could only be an improvement. Well, there you are.
Interesting under eight
A promising
this week.
start to the morning. We're going to be here till 12:30. You can suit yourselves whether you watch us or not. Join us again in a couple of minutes. But for the meantime, we'll take a break.
General Custer one day was riding through the forest with his cavalry. Could I have some cowboy music, please? Thank you.
Someone tune that pig up.
I was born in Perryville. General Custer got to the river, and the river was too high, and he couldn't get across because it was raining. He decided to go a little faster. And he said to his men, "We can't get over the river, men, because it's too high. We'll have to wait here till the Indians have gone by." He looked over to his left and he saw some old naval huts. He said, "We'll have to shelter in the naval huts for the night until tomorrow." And when they got to the naval huts, all the roofing was broke. So they got this chocolate resin and put it over the roofs and sheltered for the night. And the next morning they escaped from the Indians. Hooray! Hooray! Just then, the Indians came along. Said, "Oh, dear. Wrong hat. Oh, dear. General Custer sheltered here last night. And Cochise stopped the Indians by the river. Said, "White man, stay here last night." And his right-hand man, Five Fingers, said, "How do you know that, Cochise?" And Cochise said, "Huts! All naval huts! Oh, cavalry take 'em and they cover 'em with chocolate! Huts! All naval huts! Oh, cavalry take 'em and they cover 'em with chocolate!
That was a silly commercial break. And now here's a real one.
Brilliant. Voiceover from here. We check with the voiceover from the desk. Yeah, there's a voiceover from here at the top. Can you tell them on here? Because I don't know.
Hey, baby, won't you take a chance?
Fantastic, fantastic. As it happens, guys and girls, some very good young friends of mine dancing to the sounds of Chris Montez. And how's about this then? Fantastic, fantastic. Go on, where's that one gone?
What one? There's one.
Come here.
Sure.
I've only just spotted that one. What on earth is it?
Okay.
It's a hat. Fine. Well,
You thought you bolted then, didn't you?
what have you made it of? Did your mum make it, or did you make it?
My granddad.
Your granddad? And he watched Tiswas as well, does he?
Yeah.
He's in the over 90s.
How was he?
I don't know.
150.
Amazes me, all these sort of septuagenarians who watch Tiswas. Okay,
Don't be
sit
rude.
down.
This is a children's programme.
What? Are you all right? This one on my left. Okay, move across a bit. I want to have a look at this one, actually. This one, what's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca who?
Amos.
Rebecca Amos. And she's incredibly ticklish. I've never seen anything like it. Her mother's the same as well. I'm quite extraordinary. Say happy birthday to Tony Benson, or Benison. No, Benson, that is, from Coventry. Right. Christopher Jones, what a nice name. Christopher Jones, he's from the West Midlands, that's right, I know Christopher Jones. And also Lee
Wow.
Blake, it's his birthday on the 21st of April. Also, happy birthday on Monday to Gloria Wilson, who's 29 again. Right, fine. Must also say hello to, I forget his name now, Andy, someone who I met in Scotland this week. I've been up in Scotland all week. This bloke came up to me in the sort of obscure wilds of northern Scotland and came up and said, "Oh yeah, great, Tiswas back, custard pie, man, phantom flam Jimmy. Great, eh?"
What are you doing, John Wayne?
Fine. Well, I don't know. He was sort of trying to convey to me that he was pleased that Tiswas was back on STV, but it was a very one-sided conversation I had with this gentleman.
I'm sure
Anyway,
it was,
let's move on. 8 and overs last
father.
week. Remember, we asked you 4 questions. We showed you a clip from Mork and Mindy, in fact. We asked you 4 questions. The first one we asked you was, what did Mork think was in the box he was given? He was given a box as a present. What did he think was in the box? What sort of a coat was it he found inside? What did he call snow, we asked you? And who was Mindy talking to on the telephone? Mork and Mindy, here, have a look at this one.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Don't tell me. Well, don't tell me. Let me guess. Cufflinks.
Come on, you know what's in there. You gave me the money to buy it for you yourself.
Hey, don't rain on my parade. Let's see. Boy, a coat. Just what I've always wanted.
Oh. Come on. You should put it on and get dressed and go out and observe the snow. It'll be a whole new experience.
Are you sure those sky flakes won't bash my brains out?
I promise you it's perfectly safe. Come here, I want to show you something.
Okay.
Don't be afraid. Oh. Look.
Whoa. It's cold and beautiful.
Yeah.
And not housebroken.
Dad, he's become very irresponsible lately. Yeah, he was responsible for that.
Yeah, a nice clip from Mork and Mindy. Check those again, and 8 and Overs last week. We asked you, what did Mork think was in the box, the present that he was given? What did he think was in there? Well, he actually said cufflinks. Like you thought he said cornflakes, but he actually said cufflinks. What sort of a coat was it? What sort of a coat was it when he had eventually found that it was a coat? It was a sheepskin coat, obviously. The one that fooled Lovely, what did he call snow? At the very beginning, he said, oh, skyflakes. And I'm glad we got you back. And also, who was Mindy talking to on the telephone? Who was Mindy talking? Not now. Who was Mindy talking to on the telephone? Of course, it was her dad. She said, "Hi, Dad," at the top. So those are the actual answers. Right, pick 'em out, Sylvester.
Pick 'em out, Sylvester. And here we have the first one is Deborah Tabbis of 55 Hunts Road, Stratford upon Avon, Warwickshire. Happy birthday, William Shakespeare.
Fine. I'll keep going.
That's today, I think. And from Simon Dobson of 170 Charlton v Newton Hyde, Cheshire.
Yes.
That's how it's written.
Yes, that's two.
And the other one is to 8 and Overs. Oh, that's two. So it's what, two?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's us. Yeah. Oh, yes. Charlotte Beddyford, 11 Silverbitch Road, Erdington, Birmingham, England.
We don't have to give you speaking parts, do we?
No. You
now I remember why.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, there, I'll just check those again. You probably didn't catch them very quickly. Charlotte Bedford, Deborah Tabbis, and Simon Dobson. There'll be some of these, in fact. These
yes.
Rather nice radios. Car radios.
A car radio, yes. And look, and you switch it on here. And what do you got? This is Radio Ireland. It's 3 o'clock. Here's the 1 o'clock news. So, that's what you're going to get.
Anyway, they'll be in the post, plus Tiswas T-shirts and Tiswas car stickers. But now, it's time. And now, live by satellite, we bring you one of Sally James's almost legendary, world-exclusive, in-depth pop profiles.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. You say black, I say white. You say bar, I say bite. You say shark, I say him. And Jaws was never my scene, and I don't like Star Wars. You say Rose, I say Royce. You say God, give me a choice. You say Lord, I say Christ. I don't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein, or Superman. All I wanna do is bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
A recent Queen hit there, Bicycle Race, taken from their album Jazz. And Queen are one of the most consistently successful bands around, with a string of international hits to their credit, and in this country alone they have sold over 5 million records. The band was formed in 1970 when Freddie, Roger, Brian and John were studying at various colleges in London. At this time there were no public appearances, just sporadic concerts before small audiences of friends. And during this period the band were continuously writing and rehearsing, and in 1973 the first album, entitled Queen, was released in Britain. The following year saw the release of the Queen 2 album, which gave the group their first chart album. It included songs like these. Father to Son there, and March of the Black Queen. Later that year, 1974, their third album was released. It was called Sheer Heart Attack and included this, their first big hit single.
She keeps them always shining. champion cigarettes, well-versed in etiquette, extraordinarily nice. She's a killer queen, gunpowder jealousy, dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind. Recommended and
Killer Queen, which reached number 2 in 1974. Another very popular track from the Sheer Heart Attack album was this one.
goes on and on and on. Forgive me when I ask you where do I belong. I can see what you want me to feel, but I'm the fool. See the lap of the gods. Whoa, la la la. That's not true. It's in the lap of the gods. Whoa, la la la. Whoa, la la. But I'm no fool. It's in the lap of the gods.
Lap of the Gods there, and that film of Queen at the Rainbow is being shown with the U-certificate version of Saturday Night Fever. Touring has always been of prime importance to Queen, and since their first UK tour in 1973, when they supported Mott the Hoople, they have undertaken major tours of Britain, the United States of America, Europe, Japan and Australia. In 7 years, their audience has grown from 100 people in a London lecture theatre to multiple sellouts of 20,000-seater auditoriums, such as the Los Angeles Forum, New York's Madison Square Garden, and the famous Budokan in Tokyo. In September 1976, they played before 150,000 in London's Hyde Park. Earlier that year, they enjoyed their biggest ever hit. It was number 1 for 9 weeks, has now sold 1,193,511 copies in this country alone. No prizes for guessing, it's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a cool boy, I need no sympathy, because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life it just
Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen have had many more hit singles and albums, and when they are not recording, they spend their time writing, touring, and continuously working on staging ideas for the show. They like to be artistically involved in everything they do. Freddie designed the Queen crest for A Night at the Opera and Day at the Races, and Roger first hit on the idea for the sleeve of News of the World. Queen are currently touring Japan and will then start work on a new album. And a double live LP is in the pipeline. I've got a collection here of all of Queen's LPs to be given away to the first person writing in, telling me the titles of all of Queen's albums and the order in which they were released, the titles of all the albums and the order in which they were released. And also I want you to tell me how many copies in the UK did Bohemian Rhapsody sell? I did actually mention it a bit earlier, so how many copies did it sell? Right, entries to our usual address, which is Tiswas, ATV Land, Birmingham, B1 2JP. That's Tiswas, ATV Land, Birmingham, B1 2JP. Please mark your postcards Queen. I'll leave you now with Don't Stop Me Now.
So don't stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. The shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me 'cause now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me yes, now. I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. Yeah. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars.
We interrupt this commercial break to bring you a sludge flash.
And now some football news. Birmingham City today have signed a fullback named Onions to go with the rest of the tripe they've got there. And Manchester United have signed a winger named Moses to get the crosses over to Jordan. And now, by the wonder of Tiswas, we go live to Germany. At a Hamburg hospital today, a man who was given a sheep's heart in a transplant operation was well enough to talk to reporters. When asked if he had experienced any side effects, he said, "Only when I laugh. Only when I laugh."
Cut.
Amazing.
Yes, that put us to sleep. Yeah.
I was in a daze there.
Yes, you were, yes.
How are you? All right?
I'm all right,
It's
yeah.
suntan still.
Oh, well,
Wonderful.
I know, it's the makeup department.
I must say happy birthday to a couple of people. To Lisa Hack of Northfield, Birmingham. She's 8 today. Happy birthday, Lisa. And also hello to John Briley of Nottingham, whose birthday's around this time. And last week, Sarah Brightman was here. You see,
Oh,
you
I missed
that.
it.
You seem
I
to have
missed
been on
it.
holiday.
I know,
so
I was in... on
Yes.
sandy beaches with the sun and
Oh,
ladies.
don't, Sylvia. It
Absolutely
sounds
dreadful
agony.
time.
I don't want to hear
was.
about it. And we asked you, what's the B-side of her single, Love Crusader? The answer is Lost in Space.
Yes.
You knew that, didn't
Oh,
you?
yes. I've been lost in space for years.
And the winners are Alan Hales of Norfolk, Gail Harvey of Cheltenham, Chris Roll of Birkenhead. Just must tell you that Racy are coming in a bit later, and Monks.
Rushing around, yes.
Right.
It's got to be a holy programme.
Now, there's two people standing beside
Yes,
you, Sylvia,
yes,
who are
we've
going
got-
to do some really ghastly things
Yes,
here.
Lisa here does a ghastly thing with her finger.
Go on,
If you excuse the
Lisa.
expression. Now look at that. Look
Ugh.
at that. Now you at home try and do that. I mean, that really is difficult to wobble that little finger. Have we got a close up of that?
do that?
I don't know. How did you find out you could do that?
I don't know.
I mean, you just go. How do people find out they can do these things? And now Susan here. Now Susan has got something here we're going to show you. Now look at that.
Oh!
And not a word of pain. Look, goes the wrong way around. Yes. Put it away, please. There you go.
Oh, can you do it with the other arm as well?
Can I have that back?
Just that arm?
Please, can I have my finger back? Thank
Please.
you. Can I do something? Well,
Yes.
all I can do
Come on,
is
Syl,
go
I hate to
maybe
think
like
what this is going to be. Go
la
on.
la 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 la. La 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 la. Something like that.
Oh, Syl, that's absolutely...
Hey, it's a cracker. It's the way I do it.
Terrible. I mean, I thought that was pretty terrifying.
Yes, it was. I was
Probably
terrified.
Not as
Well, their faces.
absolutely
They know
ghastly terrifying.
Ghastly,
as
terrifying.
His was terror time.
It was midnight. On a hot, dry Wednesday evening. Nigel, not quite right in the head peel, was on his way home from a hunting trip
Gone fishing.
when his car broke down. Alone in that silent, eerie place, he felt the first spine-chilling tingle, no, tingle, not tinkle, of fear above him, silhouetted against the sky on that black Wednesday night. A flock of Arctic geese flew honking. Overhead. And as they passed over him, following their silent flight with his eyes, he spotted a little light away off in the distance. Peel flushed. With desperate hope, he got out of his sad, silent motor car that would never, ever work again and headed towards the light. He came across a decrepit old ruin.
Who spins me gin bottle? How bad have you got me gin? Shut up, ratface.
And he crunched his way up the drive to knock timidly at the ancient oak door. All remained sickeningly silent. He knocked again, just slightly louder, and the door sprang open. He crossed the threshold with an orangutan. It's not easy with one of these, I tell you. He crossed the threshold with an orangutan and got a doorway that ate large bananas. The wind whipped round the great hallway, and the full moon threw eerie shadows from the ancient lavender tree. No! Lavender. He moved very slowly up the great staircase. His legs weren't his own. He was breaking them in for a friend. And then he saw the thing in the armchair. He tried to speak, but at first all he could manage was a strange gargling sound. He just managed to begin a sentence.
Prisoner at the bar.
Good evening. I'm having a teensy-weensy bit of trouble with the old jam jar, I'm afraid. I wonder if I might borrow your... But his voice drained away. And as his voice drained away, a finger was beckoning him from the chair. In that dim,
My brain hurts.
Light. It looked as black as Lenny Henry's undies. He knew suddenly he was face to face with the most evil force the world has ever known. And then he saw that the Dark One was clutching something in its left hand, a sort of white blob that seemed to draw him against all his inclinations towards it. And still the black figure remained silent. But the finger beckoned again and again. He leant forward, his eyes transfixed by the white, loathsome mass. It was a nightmare, and yet it was happening to him. Closer and closer he leant. Drawn by the forces of darkness, he tried to scream, but his mouth just opened and closed in protest. He was at the very gates of hell, and still the black finger beckoned, and the vile white mass seemed to move towards him. He tried to call on everything that was good, clean, and decent in the world. But it was too late. The vile white mass had done its dreadful work. The black figure relaxed back into the chair, and the finger beckoned no more. And he woke up with a start in his own friendly little bed in the nursery. And Mummy came in a new black nightie and put Daddy's shaving cream all over his head. I don't think it was going to be Nigel's day, children. Do you?
The Indians send signals from the rocks above the pass. The cowboys take position in the bushes and the grass. The score is with the corporal, she is tied against a tree. She doesn't mind the language, it's the beating she don't need. She lets loose all the horses when the corporal is asleep. And he wakes to find the fires dead and arrows in his hats. And Davy Crockett rides around and says it's cool for cats, it's cool for cats. The Sweeney's doing 90 cause they've got the word to go. They get a gang of villains in a shed up at Heathrow. They're counting out the fivers when the handcuffs lock again. In and out at once with the numbers on their names. It's funny how the missus always looks a bleeding sane. And meanwhile at the station there's a couple of likely lads who swear like as your father, and they're very cool for cats, they're cool for cats. To change the mood a little, I've been posing down the pub. I'm seeing my reflection, I'm looking slightly rough. I fancy this, I fancy that, I wanna be so flash. I'll give a little muscle and I'll spend a little cash. But all I get is bitter and a nasty little rash. And by the time I'm sober, I've forgotten what I've had. And everybody tells me that it's cool to be a cat, cool for cats. I've got a pull. I ask her lots of questions as she hangs onto the wall. I kiss her for the first time and then I take her home. I'm invited in for coffee and I give the dog a bone. She likes to go to discos but she's never on her own. I said I'll see you later and I'll give her some old chat. But it's not like they on the TV when it's cool for cats, it's cool for cats.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
I'm sure you enjoyed that clip from Squeeze as much as we did. Bit over the top, that did. I've just been handed a note, actually, just been handed to me from my writing record. Apparently, President Amin, the former president of Uganda, flew into London this morning on a jumbo, and he was immediately reported to the RSPCA. This is what they want, eh? This is what they want.
Be so
This is
sure.
farm, eh? This is the stuff.
I want to say happy birthday
Blank. Sorry.
Happy birthday to Tommy and Robert Stewart. It's their birthday today. No, last week it was. And they live in Ardrossan. And also hello to their little friend Reed, who's just had an operation.
I say! You didn't know I was going to do that. I say, what's got 2 humps and is frequently found at the North Pole?
I don't know, Chris. What has got 2 humps and is frequently found at the North Pole?
A completely lost camel. I don't wish to know.
This is Tiswas.
Great
stuff, eh?
It's lucky we've only got another 6 weeks to go. Right.
5 after this.
5, is it?
Well,
Only
5 and a half. We're halfway through this
Gone
one.
for that. Right. Anyway, Kate Bush was here last week, and we set a competition.
I'm doing
actually,
crossroads in the summer, you know.
Are you really?
No, it was a lie.
Anyway, here's
It's a good rumour. Sorry, go on broadcast.
Okay, I'll carry on, despite the constant interruptions. Right, Kate Bush was here last week. We had 3 copies of her album Lionheart to give away. I asked you, who wrote Wuthering Heights? Well, it was Emily Bronte. A lot of you knew that, actually, but the 3 people who will be receiving the albums are Sarah Gouland of Norfolk, Susan Payne of Erdington, and Paul Smith of Cowland in Oxford. Well done, you lot. But now, pencils and paper at the ready. For our younger viewers, it's competition time. All sorts of great prizes to be won in this week's Under 8s. Right, we're going to show you a clip from Fantasia. Watch very, very carefully, and I'd like you to answer these 3 questions. First of all, what is Mickey carrying? What is Mickey carrying? What does the wizard create in the air? What does the wizard create in the air? And what does Mickey cast a spell over? What does Mickey cast a spell over? They're the 3 questions for the Under 8s. And there's a general question. Who originally composed the music of The Sorcerer's Apprentice? That's for everyone who's over 8. Right, let's have a look at Fantasia. Watch very carefully. You're nice and quiet with that chew in your mouth. Why are you laughing? Why isn't the film showing? What?
They are this week's Under 8s competition. They're a lovely clip from Mickey Mouse in Fantasia. Right, check those questions again. We want to know, what was Mickey carrying? That's an easy one, really. What was Mickey carrying? What did the wizard create in the air? What did the wizard create in the air in that film clip? And what did Mickey actually cast a spell over? What did Mickey cast a spell over? Okay, what was Mickey carrying? What did the wizard create in there? And what did Mickey cast a spell over? Okay, our address, as usual, is Tiswas. A nice little object sent in from the
Golly,
Goodwin
have I?
Tiswas.
Golly, have I got a good
ATV Land,
object?
Birmingham.
Golly, gosh!
I'm really enjoying being here on the
Golly.
Tiswas programme. Really nice to be in here. Tiswas, ATV Land, Birmingham, B1 to JP.
It doesn't say who that's from.
It's from the
actually.
Goodwin family, actually, our
Is it?
usual...
Oh, is it? We'll be sending them a Tiswas t-shirt. So anyone who sends in one of these nice objects that we show, we send a Tiswas t-shirt
That's
to.
right. Meanwhile, in a restaurant somewhere in southern Spain...
This is what it's all about, Spain. Viva España. What's this? On loan sauce. I'm used to HB. Start laughing, we don't get any funnier. Right. I think I'll call the waitress over. Over.
Arriba, 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 arriba.
Ole. Listen, waiter, wine. Waiter, wine.
Oh!
No, a bottle of wine.
Okay, okay.
A bottle of wine.
Ah!
A bottle of wine.
How it's here?
I'd like it now, wouldn't I? No good. Next year I'll be in Cleethorpes.
Okay, Cleethorpes.
Listen, have you got any asparagus tips?
Okay.
Have you got any asparagus tips?
Ah! No, we have Embassy, Place Number 6 and Benny Hedges.
No, listen, I'm hungry.
Cowley's.
I want some food. I'm starving. I want food.
Baby.
No, food. I want food. Food. I want steak. Steak and mushrooms.
What is
Steak. You know steak? Steak and mushrooms.
Just like that. Just like that.
Steak. Steak. Steak and mushrooms.
Ah!
No, steak. I want steak and mushrooms. Steak. Hold on, I'm not kidding. Has anybody got a pen? You got a pen anywhere? Okay, here. Right. Steak and mushrooms. Steak. Steak. Wrong one. Steak. Steak and mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
mushrooms, yes. Steak.
Ah, sì, signora.
Steak, mushroom. Okay, okay, steak, mushroom. Very good. We're getting somewhere at last.
Steak and mushroom.
Okay, steak and mushroom. Steak, mushroom. Very good, very good. Dear me, dear me.
Hey, signore. Steak, mushrooms.
What's this?
It is a ticket for the Grand Bull fight. And this is a mushroom, an umbrella.
No, it's wrong, you stupid Spanish man. You're driving me mad. You stupid thing, you.
Ah, secondo me,
Come on, hang on a minute. Welcome back. Well, I've been reading a very spooky ghost book this week, and it's incredible, really, just how many ghost sightings are reported every week all over the world. Usually the ghost isn't really a very clear, definite figure, but sometimes the ghosts look so solid and so normal that the people who actually saw it were convinced that they were seeing a real person. One very spooky but very well authenticated story I've been reading this week concerns an admiral, Sir George Tyrone. On June the 22nd, 1893, Sir George was on board his flagship, the Victoria, directing a very complicated manoeuvre of ships from the same squadron. At one time, two columns turned inwards towards each other. Now, only when Sir George saw that a collision was actually imminent did he order the Victoria full astern. But at exactly 3:45 p.m, the ship was rammed by the Camperdown and sank. Many, many lives were lost, including her commander, Sir George Tyrone himself. No one can understand how a man of his incredible experience could have ordered such a totally disastrous manoeuvre. But as the ship went down, survivors heard him say, "It's all been my fault." At the time of the collision, Lady Tyrone, his wife, was giving a party in her home at Eaton Square in London. And just shortly after 3:30, guests saw the unmistakable figure of the Admiral striding across the drawing room. Several of them chatted to him and said they were glad that he'd managed to make it to get away from the Navy for a change. His wife was busy in another room, she didn't actually see him. But afterwards, when the guests said how nice it was to her that George could be present, she told them that he was on board ship, he'd been away for weeks. And later, when asked, the guests said that they were quite certain that they definitely saw Sir George, and they talked to him and they recognised him. But in fact, at that time, he was going down with his ship. The Admiral was never ever seen again, and the mystery remains totally unsolved. As I say, there are literally thousands of well-witnessed, well-reported ghost sightings. Many are hoaxes and many of them are by cranks, by loonies. But there are so many others, like the appearance of the Admiral to a load of his very old friends who knew him very, very well in his own home at the very minute that he was dying at sea thousands and thousands of miles away. So many others also have never been really satisfactorily explained. There's got to be something in it all, really, hasn't there? Welcome back. Well, I've been reading a very spooky ghost book this week, and it's incredible, really, just how many ghost sightings are reported every week all over the world. Usually the ghost isn't really a very clear, definite figure, but sometimes the ghosts look so solid and so normal that the people who actually saw it were convinced that they were seeing a real person. One very spooky but very well authenticated story I've been reading this week concerns an admiral, Sir George Tyrone. On June the 22nd, 1893, Sir George was on board his flagship, the Victoria, directing a very complicated manoeuvre of ships from the same squadron. At one time, two columns turned inwards towards each other. Now, only when Sir George saw that a collision was actually imminent did he order the Victoria full astern. But at exactly 3:45 p.m, the ship was rammed by the Camperdown and sank. Many, many lives were lost, including her commander, Sir George Tyrone himself. No one can understand how a man of his incredible experience could have ordered such a totally disastrous manoeuvre. But as the ship went down, survivors heard him say, "It's all been my fault." At the time of the collision, Lady Tyrone, his wife, was giving a party in her home at Eaton Square in London. And just shortly after 3:30, guests saw the unmistakable figure of the Admiral striding across the drawing room. Several of them chatted to him and said they were glad that he'd managed to make it to get away from the Navy for a change. His wife was busy in another room, she didn't actually see him. But afterwards, when the guests said how nice it was to her that George could be present, she told them that he was on board ship, he'd been away for weeks. And later, when asked, the guests said that they were quite certain that they definitely saw Sir George, and they talked to him and they recognised him. But in fact, at that time, he was going down with his ship. The Admiral was never ever seen again, and the mystery remains totally unsolved. As I say, there are literally thousands of well-witnessed, well-reported ghost sightings. Many are hoaxes and many of them are by cranks, by loonies. But there are so many others, like the appearance of the Admiral to a load of his very old friends who knew him very, very well in his own home at the very minute that he was dying at sea thousands and thousands of miles away. So many others also have never been really satisfactorily explained. There's got to be something in it all, really, hasn't there? And now, lords and ladies, for your erudition, effervescence and enchantment, we present for your priceless pleasure those philanthropic, plenipotential betrayers of pulchritudinous, perpetual, perspicacious pastiche, those dilettantetic, double delicious, daring doyens of didactic, diligent, diathermal, diaphanous diarrhea, those superbly sophisticated, surprisingly sympathetic, systematic, spontaneous, spiffing, spacious, sprightly, sparkling, sententious, celestial celebrities of syncopation, from Cyprus to the Seychelles, from Sofia to Serengeti, from Socky Hall Street to Sarawak. Those maturely monocarpus, memorable, magnetic, mastodons of mellifluously musical magniloquence. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Monk.
Looking, what should I doubt his word? When I saw her that she was a real disgrace, I thought, nice legs, shame about her face, yeah. I had to take her dancing, I couldn't let her down, so we caught a bus to the other side of town. Out upon the dance floor, I wasn't getting far, so we had a drink with my friends up at the bar. I asked them what they thought of her, they felt about the place, and they said, nice legs, shame about your face. She said, could we go bowling? I said that would be fine. But when I bought the tickets, she'd already changed her mind. She was turning out to be a real hard case. Nice legs, shame about the boat race. Diamond Jimmy soda, tapped me on the shoulder, whispered in my ear, it's getting kind of late. When I took her home, we hardly said a thing. I walked her to the door, expecting to go in. She looked me up and down and really put me in my place. She said, nice legs, shame about her face. Nice legs, shame about her face.
Hello, that was Jungle Book, lovely there, and you've seen actually here a fantastic hat. It's wonderful. What's your name, darling?
Lindsay.
And Lindsay, who made this hat for you?
My granddad.
Your granddad, he must be very clever. It's really fabulous.
Is your granddad the same as your granddad? Yeah. Because your granddad made that hat as well, didn't he? Ah, you see.
I see. So your brother and sister are lovely. Super. We like to see things.
And you're supposed to be a werewolf,
lovely.
aren't you? In the manner of Sylvester McCoy. How do you be a werewolf? You sort of go... Rah. Go on, have a quick... Fine. I don't think he's
Gosh,
really
I'm
quite...
terrified, Chris. I'm so
Okay,
frightened.
let's move on. What's your name?
Andre,
When do you go back to school?
the 23rd of.
Are you going to change before you go back? Or are you going to go like that?
Yeah.
Fine, right. Okay, let's move quickly on. All you great big knowers, actually, it's this week's over 90s competition.
He was speeding rather.
Yeah, this week's over 90s. Right, have a little look at this. A well-known thespian is about to do us a little mime. I don't know what he's going to do, actually. Have a little look at this and tell us over 90s what you think he's doing. What do you think he's supposed to be doing? Open to all ages, T-shirts to be won and Tiswas car stickers. What's he doing? Silly answers as usual, please. As I say... Well, there you are. That's this week's over 90s competition. What on earth was Silver? We've actually got 1 week ourselves to find out what he was doing. We'll ask him at the end of the programme. Right, our address, of course, as usual. I don't know what this one is. It's a nice one.
Rather
It's a
attractive.
parchment we had sent. Yeah.
Yes, parchment. Rather super this. Tiswas, ATV Land, Birmingham B1 2JP. This was sent in by David Myatt of Willenhall, West Midlands.
West Midlands.
I have to get a new set of tea. Alan Rowbottom of Wednesfield, also West Midlands. Well done to you two. We'll be sending you Tiswas t-shirts.
Magic gratis in Winsfield.
Very nice that.
Okay, let's move on. That's this week's over 90s. We've had a lot of... What on earth was Sylvester McCoy doing? We must ask him ourselves after the show what he was supposed to be doing. Had a lot of requests. We showed a clip from Tarka the Otter a couple of weeks ago. We had a lot of requests. Can we show some more from Tarka the Otter? In this clip, actually, Tarka has his very first ever taste of otter hunting. Here it is, a nice clip coming up from otter hunting with Tarka the Otter.
After a time, the noises receded. Tarka settled more comfortably in his hiding place. He twitched uneasily in his sleep.
How long do you think we should pause here before moving on? Was it about 20 minutes, Master? Yes, that seems reasonable. Lovely bit of pasta. Oh, well, sit down. Look, which one do you do? No.
A much requested clip there from Tarka the Otter. A lot of you said you want to see some more of that. We'll be showing some more of that in the very few weeks remaining, actually. I just noticed that you've got Sylvester's the room gone. I'm not Sylvester.
Well, yes, you've got to be told that.
Who sent that in? I don't know what it says. Anyway, that's...
It's got the address on it.
Got a name. Right, 8 and overs. Let's move on. We've done just like all the other competitions this morning. We've done the overnights. 8 and overs. Get yourself ready for this. It's going to be an observation test. Here we go. Right, I don't know whether you can actually see what Porky's on this morning. We've got some very nice bikes to be won, actually. We'll be giving away 3 of these to all you 8s and overs. Have a little look at that. There's Porky. Look at him. Superb
He's been on a
contours.
diet.
Yes, not a lot. Superbly assembled. Look at him. A pig of a man. Look at him. There you are. Bought him one of his Russia moments. That's the prize for this week's 8s and over. Right, we're actually going to give you 3 of those, as I said, for this week's competition. We're going to be showing you a clip from Battlestar Galactica, which is probably the 1979 answer to Star Wars, which was very strong, as you know, last year. It's going to be an observation test. Watch carefully, and in particular, listen to what they're actually saying. Listen to what they say. Take notes as you go, of course, as usual. There'll be 3 questions at the end.
Mr. President, a wall of unidentified craft is closing in on the fleet. Possibly a Cylon welcoming committee. So may I suggest we launch a welcoming committee of our own?
My friend, we are on a peace mission. The first peace man has known in 1,000 years.
Shield, now. Launch fighters. All batteries commence fire.
All fire control stations manned and operational.
Launch all remaining fighters.
They're off.
Fighters launched, sir.
Are the other ships able to launch their fighters?
Negative, sir.
Lord help us.
Engineering reports laser hits on starboard engine 7. Power reduction request.
Silence an ambush. Anti-lead Zach is disabled. I'd like to go back and lead him in.
It won't be possible.
His ship was destroyed just short of the fleet.
OK, I hope you took some notes on that. As I said, it's called Battlestar Galactica. 3 questions, 8s and overs, 3 questions. It was the first peace man has known in how many years? It was the first peace man has known in how many years? And I said that was actually something that they said. That was in the dialogue at the beginning. What craft did the commander first launch? What craft did the commander first launch? And number 3, third and last, the young man's ship was destroyed just short of what? The young man's ship was destroyed just short of what? It was the first peace man has known in how many years? What craft did the commander first launch? And the young man's ship was destroyed just short of what? That's this week's 8s and overs. Our address, of course, as usual. Nice one. This we showed you before. Tiswas, ATB Land, Birmingham, B1. 2JP. There you are with that engaging close-up there on camera 1. Well, that's well worth waiting for. Right, never mind. Happy birthday, very quickly. A couple of people. Happy birthday, William Shakespeare said on Monday. Justine Berry, she's, doesn't say how old, she's on the 21st of April, she's from Bristol. And Rosalind Pickett from Renfrewshire. And also very quickly, happy birthday to Richard Owen in South Glamorgan. But now, this is it. This is the big one. This is the one you want. Here we go. It's time for...
the miracle of the cathode ray tube, we bring you one of Sally James's almost legendary hub interviews.
When I very first saw you, baby, I knew, ooh, darling, it had to be you. You're the one who takes me higher, ooh, baby, set my heart on fire.
Having a bit of a fight with the Phantom Flanflinger. You can actually, Racy arrived very, very early this morning, and they've been running rampant in the makeup department, as you can see. What are you supposed to be?
Well, America needs you, and so does England, so buy our records.
And, Clive, I have to ask you this question with that terrible gag to get out of the way. What number are you in the charts?
Ah, we're number 2 with fried rice.
Well worth waiting for. You can tell by the hysterical laughter around it.
Come on, laugh.
Phil, your moustache is actually starting to peel off. Yes.
Beg your pardon, sir. Hello, nice to be here.
What are you supposed to be? Oh, you're a little jolly little sailor.
Hello, Mum. Yes, sailor. Submarine.
He loves sailors.
Well, the last time you were here, you were at number 3 in the charts with Lay Your Love on Me, which went on to become the biggest selling record actually ever on your record label. And you're at number 2 at the moment. What have you been doing since then? You've been travelling all over the place.
Oh, yeah, far too much. I think we're a bit tired, you know. It makes you very silly.
I gather you've got a hit. You've had, I mean, Lay Your Love on Me has been a hit all over the continent, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's number 1 in Holland at the moment.
Yeah.
And, I think it's number 11 in Germany, number 3 in Belgium.
So do you find that you have to spend a lot of time travelling to promote the single abroad now?
Yes, one hell of a lot. Yes, definitely.
Did you just go away to do odd televisions and things like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask me where I've been?
Where have you been?
I'm not telling you.
Why don't you ask me where we've been?
All right, Richard, where have you been?
Well, we've been to East Germany, behind the Iron Curtain.
What's that like?
We don't mention that. Really hard to pull together. But,
oh, no!
No, it was quite exciting, actually, to go behind the Iron Curtain. I mean, it's to see how the other half live.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be back.
You are.
And,
What was that? I don't know. What was that?
We went to East Berlin
Yeah.
and a town called Gera, which was, I mean, it's very exciting for us. It's very new. But we're glad to be back home.
What's happening next for you? I mean, you did say here before that you wanted to have 3 hit singles before you went out on tour. Are you still sort of sticking to that?
Yes, we're going to stick to that. The next one, well, we've got a record in mind, but we're not sure whether it's going to be recorded yet. But if it does, that'll be the 3rd single, and then we will tour in England. But we're doing a couple of things on the continent. You know, we go back every week more or less at the moment. And by the end of the year, or the end of the summer, we expect to be touring in England.
What about an album?
We're looking forward to that.
Are you going to make an album as well?
Yes, we are. We're doing an album. We're going to start the album shortly, track by track. Some we're going to record in England, and some we're going to do abroad.
Some not.
And
Here and there.
And as soon as it's finished, it should be released by the end of the summer.
Well, you're number 2 at the moment. Let's hope that you're going to get to number 1 with this one.
Oh,
and let's listen, in fact, to your current hit single. Here it is, Racy, with
Some Girls.
Some girls will, some girls won't. Some girls need a lot of loving in them, some girls don't. Well, I know I've got the fever, but I don't know why. Some say they will and some girls lie. So here I am in front of you, not really knowing what to do. My heart is feeling something new. Nervously I turn away from you. I see those looks you're sending me. Is this the way it's meant to be? It's something we should talk about. Just give me time to work it out. Some girls will, some girls won't. Some girls need a lot of loving in them, some girls don't. Well, I know I've got the fever, but I don't know why. Some say they will and some girls lie. I find your company to be something completely new to me. Now that I know you socially, obviously I'll fall heavily. I've seen those looks you're sending me. This is the way it's meant to be. There's nothing left to talk about. Oh, how I wish you'd work it out. Some girls will, some girls won't. Some girls need a lot of loving in them, some girls don't. Well, I know I've got the fever, but I don't know why. Some say they will and some girls lie.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
me, I turn away from you. Some girls will, some girls won't. Some girls need a lot of loving in her, some girls don't. Well, I know I've got the fever, but I don't know why. Some say they will and some girls lie. Some girls will.
Well, there he was, the new one from Racy. Well, now here he is, the fastest fingers in show business, probably the most unusual entertainer the world has ever known. Here he is, Mr. Michelle Henry.
Hold it. Christine, I can't do this. I can't do this thing, Christine.
What do you need?
I need an assistant. I've got to have an assistant. I need somebody butch, strong. Where's this young boy?
Me?
Oh, yes, come on, he's a good lad.
What do I have to do?
Would you help me with this?
He's not very strong, but he's fairly good.
You don't have to do it. Just go on, Sally. Go on, Sally. Sally, all I want you to do is to listen very carefully and do exactly as I tell you.
What do I have to do?
Right. All I want you to do, Sally, is to put Tiswas right back on the hip parade. Now, get into this sack. Just jump in there. Just jump in there, right now, into the sack.
Why do I have to do this,
All of
Chris?
it.
You didn't tell me anything about this.
Contract.
It's not in my contract.
It is in your contract. Now get in here.
Quiet. He's in the sack as well.
We've made the sack bigger.
This is what they want, eh? This is the stuff.
Chris, I don't want to do this. It's
All right,
horrible.
be quiet.
Stop.
Now, be quiet. Now, be quiet. Now, this is extremely. Watch this. Very. Watch this.
It's horrible.
Now, get right down, Christine. Right down.
Who needs crossroads, eh, with this sort of stuff? Great.
Now, in actual fact, what I'm going to do is do something that's never been done on Tiswas before. I'm going to
Edible.
Edible, definitely.
Incredible.
Who's working you? This is good. It's all
Shut
right,
up, Sally.
You'll be out
It's not a
next week.
speaking part.
You'll be out next week, I promise you.
We don't need it next week, it's okay.
All right.
Frank Carson back.
Now, as you can see, is he coming back? All right,
Shut
fine.
up,
You
Sal.
can get out any minute now, Sally. This is not a television trick. Sally, just relax. Give your false teeth a rest. All right, fine. Good. Now, no, it's all right.
All right, just testing.
It's all right. I want you to watch very carefully, children. Are you ready?
Incredible.
Okay, now, children, after I count three, I want you to count three with me, okay? One. All right. 2, 3.
How about that, eh?
Fantastic! Great stuff, eh? Great! Please stop doing that.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, that was really
Well, that
impressive.
wasn't that great?
What do we do now?
Right, now, we undo this.
He's not inside.
Come on, Chris, help.
I don't believe it. He can't be true.
Undo the sack. A second fanfare, I think.
Definitely. Here we go.
Good! Incredible! This is the stuff, eh? This is what they want. Who needs Emmerdale Farm, eh? Let's hear it for Mr. Michelle Henry. This is the stuff they want. Incredible stuff. Eat your heart out, Noel Edwards. This is what they want, eh? Magic stuff.
I did that.
Great
me.
stuff, eh?
Remember, then, remember then, That night we fell in love, beneath the stars above. That was a lovely summer night. Remember then. The summer's over, our love is over. To lose that love was such a sin. Remember then. Remember then. Remember. Our love is in the past. The past. Where has it gone so fast? So fast. Why couldn't our love last? I'm broken hearted now. Since we have parted now, my mind wanders now and then. Remember then. Remember then. Remember then. Remember.
cameramen, one of our most gifted cameramen. They're
Careful
obviously
of that, you
enjoying the
shouldn't
show.
be doing that at your age.
That's right, ready for another week. Thanks very much. Enjoyed the Profile of the Queen this morning. Some nice cartoons. I must thank the people in the cage, actually, just before we go.
Yes, they look a bit dry, actually, over there in the cage.
Everybody in the cage. We had a nice time.
Oh, yes, that's a clean show we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. A clean show.
Racy took on the Phantom Flam thing and they didn't come off very well. Well, if you look at the other side of the studio this week, they're doing even worse. There they go again, Racy, in even more trouble than they were last night.
Yeah. Oh, the game lads.
Good this morning. It's been nice quiet and low-key show.
I'm glad, yes.
You never had this trouble with electric light orchestra, did I?
It wasn't very hairy at all this morning.
Actually got 14 flam fingers against this morning. Do you know, Sylvester, this, of all the shows you've done, and you've done what now?
Oh, I've done so.
This is the only week you've ever done that you haven't shown anything.
Oh, well. Yes, well, I'll drink to that. Yes,
So it's the 1 week there was no need. I don't mind. Some of my best friends are werewolves. Socially, it is becoming an embarrassment. Every time we take you up, we go to a restaurant, week after week, we get this something ludicrous routine. I don't know what I've done.